Hey Internet, Eric here. Well, it's Slashback Saturday once again. I've said this many times. If you don't know what Slashback Saturday is, my buddy the Horror Man, over on his channel every week, he has a certain theme that he gives out. And if you want to participate, it's free to anyone to participate. You find a certain slasher movie that fits into said category and discuss it. This week was 90s slashers, and basically so simple, you'd think, is pick a movie or a slasher movie that came out in the 90s. This was actually difficult for me because, well, I've done Friday the 13th movies. There were some that were in the 90s. I did Halloween, 90s. I did Nightmare on Elm Street, somewhere in the 90s there. I didn't want to revisit Scream yet because I was talking with my wife. I didn't think I would maybe enjoy it as much as before. So what I did is I literally went on Google and I typed in 90s slashers, and I wanted to find one I hadn't seen before. And I said I was going to do the first one I would be able to find online, and I found what I was going to do. So today I'm going to talk about 1995's Ice Cream Man. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you, all that jazz. Basic plot of Ice Cream Man is we are following Clint Howard, who was a first off, he was a young child and he witnessed the murder of the local ice cream man, and it made him go crazy. He was sent to the mental institution, and now, however many years later it is, he is now out, and he is kidnapping children and some animals and using their bodies to make the ice cream, and among some other murderous things. Yeah. I'd never seen this before. Now this is hold on. This is a generic picture. You know, I like this one here because you see the skull on the ice cream. I've always remembered this one from various video stores growing up. Yeah. First off, Clint Howard, he is a unique looking individual. He if anyone could play a serial killer just based on looks, it would be Clint Howard. Everyone knows him as the younger brother of Ron Howard, blah, blah, blah. In this, it's his first leading role since, I think, the 80s. He does a great job of being a psychotic ice cream man. He's scary, creepy. When he's trying to be lovable, you can tell he's being fake. I really enjoy him in this movie. He's got a really gravelly voice, so there's already something off about him. I really enjoyed it, and that's the thing. There's so many recognizable people other than Clint Howard in this movie, and the ones that you recognize give the great performances. I'll get the kids out of the way first, because it's basically a group of kids that are trying to stop the ice cream man. Pretty much they all suck. Don't like any of them. The only thing memorable, like there's the stereotypical kids. You got the main kid, who's just the main kid. You got the girl, who's the girl. You got the fat kid, because they make a joke about him always eating ice cream and he's always the last in a race. And I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that actor was actually really skinny, and they shoved it looked like he had a pillow down his shirt, or he was wearing like a life preserver or something under his coat to make him look fat, because you couldn't just hire a fat kid. Then you had random other kid. Then you had the smart kid. He was the nerd because he had the glasses and he was always reading a book, and he was allergic to everything. He looked just like Macaulay Culkin in My Girl. I'm assuming that's where they stole the idea, because I think this came out a few years afterwards. But anyways, and then you had the asshole older brother. You don't give a shit about any of them, so we'll get those out of the way. Everyone else is fun in their own unique way. I already talked about Clint Howard. Olivia Hussey is in this, and she was Clint's former nurse at the sanitarium, and she's a blast in this. Her performance is very low key, but she's dressed up. She looks like an old timey librarian, with pointy glasses and the straps on the glasses that are pearls, and she's always covered up. This and she's kind of talking like this, and I think the ice cream man's name is Gregory. Gregory, how are you today? And just totally bizarre but funny. So I loved her performance. You have The dude, what the fuck is his name? The lead guy from An American Werewolf in London is in this. He plays kind of a jerk husband. His the way he's dispatched, I'll get to it. It's fun. You have, I can't think of his name. If you ever seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, the scientist, he's in this as the kid, the father of one of the kids, and he's a preacher with this whole spiel that goes nowhere. Where he thinks, I think his wife has epilepsy or something, but he thinks that the devil's speaking to her and she's speaking tongues. That's weird, but he's funny in this. Jan Michael Vincent, who I know by name only, and I'm sure if I've seen him in something, I didn't realize it was Jan Michael Vincent. He is totally given he's just cashing a paycheck in this role, but it's kind of funny, and because there's a scene I'll talk about. There eventually, Jan Michael Vincent is the head, I guess, investigator, investigating the disappearances and all this stuff, and him and his partner go into the insane asylum, where Gregory, I think, like I said, I think that's the name, Ice Cream Man, was from, and it's one of the best scenes in the whole movie. It's so creepy. They walk in there, and first off, it starts out funny because they're meeting the man in charge, and he talks about how we're a kind and loving institution, and we want the patients to feel comfortable and loved and blah blah blah. And so you hear someone screaming in the background, and he turns and says, "Shut the hell up," or something like that. And then they go in there and they find out the inmates are running the asylum. They're going crazy. They're writing all over the walls. They're torturing one of the doctors. A doctor that was doing experiments on Gregory or whatever. And he ends up, I think that actor is Bob Rooney from Married with Children. So there's another recognizable person. And it's funny because the sidekick, the partner, he's doing what he's doing. He's fighting off the crazies, punching them, running, all this and that. And Jan Michael Vincent is just kind of power walking, shooting a gun just like this. Even at the end, after the partner has escaped and he's gotten in the squad car, he's waiting for Jan Michael Vincent. Jan Michael Vincent is just kind of slowly power walking down the sidewalk to get in the car. That made me laugh. That was fucking funny. Any other characters? I can't think of any. Well, there's a hot blonde mom who she got a thing. She got a thing for Gregory for some reason. She's into Clint Howard, I guess. So she was so over the top and in love with him. So like I said, a lot of recognizable adults. Tori Wells, if you know porn, she's in the scene where one of the kids is being chased by Gregory in a department store, and I guess that makes sense because it makes sense that she's in this because I guess the director of this used to direct porn, and that's where a lot of the funding came from, was porn and Converse. So that's why there's a lot of close-up shots on everyone's shoes and everyone's wearing Converse. Even when you see the Ice Cream Man taken out, he's wearing Converse, and you clearly see that he's wearing Converse when he's taken out. So Tori Wells was in there. It was good to see her. So yeah, other than the kids sucking, the cast it is fantastic in every way. So I loved that. The kills, creative, but sadly a lot of them are off screen. What we do see is good though. There's a scene where my wife was upset because she's a dog lover. He does kill a dog. He's got a push up, but inside it he hits the stick. Now comes a switchblade, and then we see him grinding up the body, and it looks like one of those tree trimmer things. You got the metal things that are the cogs that are rolling and rolling. You see the body go in there. Cheaply done, but it looks good for a $2 budget. A lot of the other killings, like the stabbings off screen, you see it, and then someone spits out blood, so that's kind of lame. But what he does with the bodies afterwards are pretty cool. David Naughton, I think is his name, the American Werewolf guy. He's looking in the back of the truck, I think, and then the waffle iron for making like the waffle cones is thrown towards the camera, so it's like it's burning his face. And then the next time you see him, you see the Ice Cream Man holding up this gigantic waffle cone with his head in it, and he's got the burn marks on his face, so that's creative. He does that again with a couple deputies, but he's holding up 2 ice cream cones with their heads, and he's making them talk like ventriloquist dummies. So what it does lack in like the actual gore and the kills it makes up for with in like the reveal. That was a lot of fun. It's so smart for being so stupid. It's self-aware. It's like Gregory take out a couple of the deputies? He jumps off the top of his truck and he either elbow drops him or like double axe handles him or whatever. But he takes him out because he's got 2 ice cream scoops, so that knocks him out. The comedy for the most part is non-existent, but when it is there, it's funny. Jan Michael Vincent, like, Gregory lives in a trailer park, and the trailer park is owned by what did I say her name was? Anyways, the librarian lady who played Olivia Hussey. Fuck. And he pays her in rent with like gallons of ice cream and stuff. And it's literally trailer park. There's no grass, so she's decorating with those little pinwheel type of daisies. You know, you stick them in the ground, the wind blows them. And there's a scene where Jan Michael Vince is kind of mocking them. He's like, "Ooh, wow, that's some nice garden there. How do you get them to grow?" And then just without a beat, Clint Howard looks and says something like, "We use the bodies of police officers as fertilizer." And just stuff like that makes it fun. Clint Howard is fantastic in this movie. Let's see, it's only an hour and 27 minutes. There is some times when the kids are trying to get together and they're planning out how to take out the ice cream man. That shit's kind of boring. But then again, because I think the kids suck. I don't know, and there's so many weird opportunities that could have gone somewhere and never did. Like I mentioned, the guy from Ninja Turtles 2, how he's a preacher and his wife obviously has epilepsy or something. And he thinks she's being spoken to by the devil, and then it goes nowhere. It's just thrown in there for padding, obviously. And at the end of the movie, mom's all good, and no one mentions anything about it at all. But other than that, I had a lot of fun with this. It was stupider than shit. But then again, so was Slumber Party Massacre, and I had a lot of fun with that too. I preferred Slumber Party Massacre because this dragged, when it did drag, it dragged a lot. And the thing is, we follow the kids a lot, and I fucking hate the kids. I think they're all either not memorable or really horrible. And one thing is, when they finally get rid of the ice cream man, they defeat him in the way that they do, it's just so anticlimactic. They just go, I won't say how they defeat him, but it just happens, and then it's over. Nothing, I mentioned it in my Prince of Darkness video, how they just kind of defeat the demon or whatever, and then, boop, it's over. It's just like, I mentioned it before, in that video, like, Idle Hands. You know, when they defeat the demon hand, and then suddenly the hand just goes, poof, and Seth Green says, "Oh, wow, that's it? That's Ice Cream Man. That's it." I want to say I love how this movie began, because just out of nowhere, it's just 1950s, Leave It to Beaver type neighborhood. Ice Cream Man gets out, and then just out of nowhere, these people with machine guns gun down the Ice Cream Man and then drive away. That's it. That's how the movie starts. So you know you're into some weird shit. Yeah. Overall, I want to say, even though the kids absolutely sucked, I had a lot of fun with Ice Cream Man. Clint Howard was fantastic. Olivia Hussey was fun in her performance. Jan Michael Vincent was great in his lack of a performance. Tori Wells was very nice to look at. Do some research. Yeah, a lot of fun. Kids sucked, but, lack of gore, but then they made up for it with the after effects. Yeah, I don't know how else to praise Ice Cream Man. Now, would I buy it? No. At first I was going to watch this on Tubi, and sadly it was only the Riff Tracks version, and I didn't want to watch the Riff Tracks version if I'd never seen the movie before. So you can watch this for free on YouTube. That's what I did. Would I pay money to watch this? No. But I would put it on YouTube if I had a buddy come over so we can watch it and make fun of it. So it serves its purpose. I did have a lot of fun with Ice Cream Man. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click the bell. All that jazz. Few more, like a week and a half left of my contest. I will be doing an update video sometime this weekend, and I will show everybody who has entered and just remind everybody all that jazz. Check out Joe from the Horror Man. I will put his channel link in the description like I always do. And you know what? You saw how easy it was for me to do. Join in on the Slashback Saturday. It's a lot of fun. I wish I could participate as much as I can, but with my work schedule and podcasting and all that crap, sometimes I'm just too tired. But it's a lot of fun. You don't have to do long videos like I do. But yeah, check out Joe's channel. Give him a sub. Participate in the Slashback. Um, Cheers, and not every day can be a happy, happy, happy day.